Yeah.
White, you going crazy.
From the Blacc. Savage life music. We gon' do this like this.
I'm on the block with the Udas and bodies. Extended magazine calling her Maggie. She know I'm a fella, she calling me Zari. I am a pimp, but I don't have a caddy. We on the block and we moving them boggy. She doesn't know if yeah, it must be the Zani. She doesn't know if yeah, it must be the Zani. I'm an Adi. We up in the lobby. Fuck boy, my boy got the shotty. Air out the party. That man wicked. He looking to catch in my body. She like her rock the Armani. The link turned me into a zombie. See mask like I'ma do a robbery. Red out in your head like a Gandhi. Man trap with the coke and the Molly. I'm on the block with the goons like an army. We went from graph to getting this money. She went from broke to calling me horny. Tryna cake up. Man tryna buy on some makeup. Bad man got the haters, so stay up with the chop talk. She loving how the perk boss working in the bench truck. They hate us cause they ain't us. Love us cause they not us. Gun boss do not trust us. Tryna cake up. Man tryna buy on some makeup. Bad man got the haters, so stay up with the chop talk. She loving how the perk boss working in the bench truck. They hate us cause they ain't us. Love us cause they not us. Gun boss do not trust us. Gun boss do not trust us. Boss up, shorty, what's up? Oof. I'm on the block with the thugs and the guns up. Shorty, she packing a dump truck. Tupac, I know that I'm gon' fuck. Laced up like a lace front. Shorty, her body no makeup. Oof. Buy her some drip and you know that she pump up. Body from uptown, she pump drugs. Body from uptown, she dump slugs. Oof. I'm after the bag, so there's never a cuff up. If the perk is bustin', I bust God. If she ugly, the Uber's a dub. If you is a fuck up, then you getting fucked up. Spinning the block like a $12. Tryna cake up. Man tryna buy him some makeup. Bad man got the haters, so stay up with the chop talk. She loving how the perk boss working in the bench truck. They hate us cause they ain't us. Love us cause they not us. Gun boss do not trust us. Tryna cake up. Man tryna buy some makeup. Bad man got the haters, so stay up with the chop talk. She loving how the perk boss working in the bench truck. They hate us cause they ain't us. Love us cause they not us. Gun boss do not trust us.
What it do, chat? What it do, chat? What it do, chat? What it do? It's your boy Chief from the Chi Challenge, and welcome to today's episode, chat. We are live and direct. Welcome to the Chi Challenge. I am your host, Chief from the Chi Challenge, and today we got a jam-packed episode, chat. I got a lot of shit. I got so much shit. I had to do this episode, chat. I couldn't go to sleep, chat. I had to come talk to you guys. I got shit coming out of the woodworks, chat. I got stuff from Joe Rogan, breaks, and finally has something to say about the Diddy situation. Guys, we got updates, new evidence that shows that Big U's direct link to Tupac's murder. OMG. And chat, we got Blacc Sam, Nipsey Hussle's brother, leaks Lauren London's Diddy and Diddy's tape. So there is a lot we need to get to. Let's get right to it. First thing I want you guys to do, chat, I need you guys to do this for me, chat. I need you to go and I need you to subscribe to the channel. You already see where we at. Subscribe to the channel, guys. This is where we at. It's the Chi Challenge. We're trying to get them subscribers up. And since we do not have a super chat, feel free to donate to the channel at the Cash App. It is Chichi Meds is the Cash App. So feel free to donate to the Chichi Meds Cash App, guys. That's CHICHIMEDZ. And whatever you guys could donate is always truly appreciated. You do not have to smash the like button, subscribe. That is enough. And chat, let's get right to it because I want to open this up with the Black Sam leaks Lauren London's Diddy tapes. Chat. That's like whoa. We gonna see some shit right now because first of all, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Lauren London is Nipsey's wife. So Black Sam being the brother-in-law, I don't think this is productive. So this is gonna probably work with him against him, but we about to find out, chat. Let's get right to it, man. I don't want to hold you any longer, chat. I want you guys to get right into the meat and potatoes. So let's start with this one right here, chat.
Him went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated.
Lauren London.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm not
Here we go,
surprised that her name has entered the chat as far as potential witnesses. Her and Cassie
Oh, God.
were really, really good friends. What I did not know, I guess my ear just ain't that close to the streets, yeah. But what I did not know is that after Nipsey passed, that Diddy paid for her security.
Puff. Really?
What? Lauren London, no.
Pulled me aside and was like, look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility.
Oh,
I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that.
It's official.
Oh, Chad.
My brother is putting out the album Victory Lap. Yeah. The All-Star Weekend here in LA. Yeah. Love is back in the air.
Oh, God,
All
Chad.
that. The music is in a certain pocket.
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time. Everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy.
So Lauren London's name just came up in Diddy's jury selection process, and now everybody's asking, what does she have to do with this massive federal case? Well, Lauren actually used to be very close to both Diddy and Cassie, but even after that video evidence leaked of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie in a hotel hallway, Lauren said nothing and refused to publicly condemn Diddy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. For years, there have been rumors about Diddy possibly being connected to Nipsey Hussle's death, and some people have been side-eyeing Lauren and speculating that she was used as a honeypot to get close to Nipsey and keep tabs on him. And yeah, it sounds wild, but these rumors have been floating around the industry and online for a long time. And now with Lauren being named during Diddy's trial, those old rumors are turning into loud conversations. And here's where it gets even messier. Reports also surfaced.
Chat. This could be all conspiracy with the Nipsey death. So he could have been just silenced. And I mean, Diddy's involved with the Crips. Let's not forget. He got Keefy D.
That Nipsey's brother Black Sam has allegedly distanced himself from Lauren over all these allegations about her and Diddy. And if you know anything about Sam, you know he's been fighting hard to protect Nipsey's name and legacy since day uno. But there's clearly more to this story than what's being said in public. So let's break it all down.
You guys don't even say nothing. You just let the fucking commercial rock. For real?
What kind of conversations did you and Diddy have? Because you and Diddy formed a relationship, I assume through Lauren London and Cassie.
Yeah. Bub threw me the alley-oop, you know.
Oh, you?
No, I'm
What
saying
the
Lauren
does that mean?
introduced me to Puff. Oh, God.
As Diddy's trial officially gets started, both the prosecutors and his lawyers are going through a list of over 100 possible jurors, trying to find out who can be fair and unbiased. Jury selection started on Monday, May 5th, and one part of the process involved asking jurors if they recognized any names on a long list of people connected to the case. That list had about 190 names on it, mostly celebrities. And
190 names. That's 200 right there. During day one of jury selection in Manhattan's federal court, Monday, prospective jurors were shown a list of some 200 names of people the judge said could at least be mentioned during the trial, which is expected to last 8 weeks. No jurors were selected by the end of the day on Monday. Like Combs' white party, and we're going to put that in quotes, guys, like Combs' white party, right? Extravaganzas of the late 1990s and early 2000s, the trial is expected to feature celebrities at least by name, if not in person. So, guys, we are about to revisit all the people that was the in crowd.
Well, connected to the case. That list had about 190 names on it, mostly celebrities. And one name that stood out to a lot of people was Lauren London. But
Diddy.
This really shouldn't come as a surprise.
Wow,
For a
Diddy,
minute
you got
now,
yourself
rumors
into
have
some
been swirling
shit.
about Lauren allegedly being more connected to Diddy's inner circle than most people realized. And it wasn't just industry parties or casual friendship. Some insiders say she had deeper ties to his empire behind the scenes. But after Nipsey Hussle was tragically killed in 2019, those whispers got louder.
Rest
People
in
started
peace,
pointing out
Nip.
that it was Lauren who introduced Nipsey to Diddy. And then Diddy stepped in to executive produce Nipsey's final album, Victory Lap.
We gotta go back to the break.
What is that? Run from DJ Run from Run DMC?
Go back to the break.
With Nipsey, yo, Nipsey was plugged. That could even be the late great Jam Master Jay. And Diddy. Oh, they had Diddy's jumpy right there. You could tell that shit look nice right there. That's the top brass. You know the Bahapanti situation. He said, yo, Lauren, come here, baby girl. I gotta shout you out. Oh, hell no, bro. Listen, I don't play those. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not that
But by
guy.
the time Diddy started helping Nip, the project was basically done.
I am
Nipsey
not
himself hinted that he wanted
guy.
Diddy's feedback on the finished product, but Diddy convinced him there was still more work to do.
But yeah, you know, Puff, I brought the album to Puff when it was pretty much done. Just got his feedback, played it top to bottom, just wanted to see what he thought. And he was like, it's room on these records to continue to produce.
And that's just one of the many details that raised eyebrows. With Lauren being so close to Diddy for years, folks started putting pieces together. And now things are getting even messier, as some sources are saying this long-running Diddy-Lauren connection was the real reason why Nipsey's brother, Blacc Sam, allegedly distanced himself from Lauren. Now, what's also interesting is that after Nipsey passed, it was Sam and not Lauren who was put in charge of his estate. That means Sam was the one responsible for managing Nipsey's money and making sure his kids were taken care of. And according to court records shared by Radar Online, back in January 2022, a judge in Los Angeles gave Sam more time to deal with some unfinished matters related to the estate after he filed a request for an extension. Now, fast forward to November 2023, and the court finally decided how to divide Nipsey's $11.3 million estate. It was split evenly between his two kids, his son Cross and his daughter Imani. According to the agreement, Lauren will manage Cross's half, which includes part of Nipsey's bank accounts and 50% ownership in his businesses like the Marathon.
I don't understand, chat. I feel like this is a robbery. Like, are we reading this correctly? Let's go back a little bit. Right? Let's digest the information, right?
A judge in Los Angeles gave Sam more time to deal with some unfinished matters related to the estate after he filed a request for an extension. Now, fast forward to November 2023, and
So Nipsey Hussle's estate has finally been fairly and equitably settled, with his $11.3 million net worth set to be split evenly between his son Cross and his daughter Imani. Court documents obtained by Radar Online, which I don't know if you know how reputable these sources are. Shouts to Radar Online for being the sources. Revealed that Sam, bro, I'm gonna butcher that shit, so I'm not gonna say that. Blacc Sam submitted the final estate report to court on Wednesday, November 1st, which gives all the details about the racks in the middle, rapper's estate for legal consideration.
court finally decided how to divide Nipsey's $11.3 million estate. It was split evenly between his two kids, his son Cross and his daughter Imani. According to the agreement, Lauren will manage Cross's half, which includes part of Nipsey's bank accounts and 50% ownership in his businesses like the Marathon clothing brand. Sam, on the other hand, was granted control of Imani's half, and he got legal guardianship of her.
Whoa, that is so convenient that the two children who inherited the actual kins of Nipsey who inherited this are being like, bro, this has happened to me. This shit right here, where somebody tells you that they're gonna help you out, they ain't no fucking help. They're gonna take your money. I'm gonna tell you that right the fuck now. They are taking your fucking money. And no disrespect to Blacc Sam or to Lauren London. They gotta do what they gotta do to raise their children, right? And they gotta do what they gotta do too. But I just sound so fucking convenient that Blacc Sam gets one child and Lauren London gets the other, as if this was an agreement. And since, of course, it isn't their money, it's Nipsey money, why would anybody be mad? I mean, they are up 5.15 of a mil. 5 mil.
The court gave him that role because her mother, Tanisha Foster, was ruled unfit.
Wow. And then Lauren London knows Diddy? And then Diddy helped her out? And then you got Sam getting one kid and then London the other. Like, yo, this is like a playbook.
To take care of her. Also earlier that year, in March 2023, Sam shared that both Cross and Imani were made part owners of the Marathon store. He said it was a way to secure their future and make sure that they grew up knowing what it means to own something real. When I say we own it, it's in Hustle's kids' names, Sam said.
Woo, we, he speaks French. He said we own it. I don't think the judgment had your name in it, Sam. You are the legal representation guardian or adoptive parent, if we want to say that. But we is a stretch. You have no money there.
This is something their father worked for and that they own. And that's important to me. Also, just having a brick and mortar once again reinforced what Hustle told us and taught us. Now,
however, Sam is a good businessman. So it doesn't even matter. Because I could almost guarantee you that Sam is the reason why Nipsey, and this is probably going to rub a lot of Big U fans the wrong way, including Big U himself, which I'd be surprised if he watches my channel, shouts to, the respective parties who may know him. And, but, chat, using my opinion and my freedom of speech, it just sounds a little fucking convenient that he's better off, that they're better off if he was dead.
Now, when it comes to Lauren, Sam has never said anything.
And like I said, Sam is a great businessman. And I'm pretty sure he was the one that rented the jets and paid for the videos. And he was the one, because, one has to be the financier, the other one has to be the talent. They both can be.
Think bad about her in public, which makes sense since she's the mother of Nipsey's kids. But according to people close to Sam, he and Lauren allegedly never really saw eye to eye, and things reportedly got.
So then how is that gonna work? Because
even more strained once Sam found out just how close Lauren was to Diddy. Now let's take it back to March 31st, 2019, the day Nipsey was gunned down right outside his own Marathon clothing store in LA. The whole hip-hop world was in shock, and since then, people have been asking, why would someone who gave so much to his community be taken out like that? Well, that's where insiders and whistleblowers started filling in the blanks with different theories. One of them was Jaguar Wright, of course, who alleged that Nipsey's murder might have been part of an industry setup. And she even went as far as suggesting that both Lauren London and Snoop Dogg could have been involved.
Snoop Dogg?
Because if you were capable of doing what they're saying that you did to Tupac, why the f would we believe that you were capable of doing it to Nip, because he was about to
God, that's the logic.
Dang.
Yeah, chat.
All of your fucking secret meetings with Diddy, and y'all fucking knew that they put Lauren on him.
Oh.
All those fucking Diddy parties.
Oh. That's a plant, chat. Lauren is the plant, chat. Allegedly.
All of the support that Snoop has.
Oh, gotcha.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a...
Yeah, that's shit, the can of worms that that's Pandora's box. That's Pandora's box.
All of the support that Snoop has.
Jaguar.
For
Come on, Jaggy.
Jaguar even claimed that Lauren wasn't with Nipsey just because she loved him, but it was all allegedly part of a bigger setup planned by Diddy and the...
Love you, Jaggy. You cutting edge content creator. Oh, come on, baby girl. Everybody can't be part of the conspiracy. That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe they are. Listen, chat. I'm not part of the Illuminati. I wouldn't know. I was never at a Diddy party. I wouldn't know. I personally, I frown for all his actions, but still at the end of the day, chat, it is an allegation. We haven't proven shit yet. We have proven domestic violence.
Powerful people he answers to. According to Jaguar, Lauren was put in Nipsey's life on purpose to watch him and report back, basically acting as a plant.
Losing you now, Lauren. You work with Diddy to line up.
Chat. I'm sorry. If somebody could give me some context to this. Let me see. Lauren London and Diddy picture. Let's see how old is the oldest picture. Let's see. Lauren London. I'm sorry, chat. We gotta veer off into this part right here so the rest of it can make sense. Lauren London is now contaminated. That's Big U. Oh no, not Big U. That's real Stark. My bad. You look like Big U. My bad. It's the big ass beard. I don't know. Everybody want a big ass beard. I hate them. They make you high and everything.
Yo.
Come on, man.
What up?
Talk to me, Real Stars. Shout out to Real Stars.
Hey, check us out, man. I wanted to get on here real quick, man. I needed to get some real-time, in-depth thoughts about this whole Diddy trial that's going on right now. Because this shit is crazy.
Okay, he's talking about the Diddy trial. We're going to back up on that, child. That's not what we're looking for. Wax says Nipsey never wifed Lauren London because of her relationship with Diddy.
But here, let's go to the Whack though, and like Lauren
We
London
got this link in the,
shit.
in
So
the
click on that link.
description, chat.
Yes. So
Link
play
in the
like the
description, chat. Link
first
in the
minute,
description, chat.
and then skip to like 5 minutes and 10 seconds. It says Whack 100 on it. I can't see the screen, but it says
none of those say it on there.
It don't say Whack. Yeah.
Stop it, Flacco. Stop it, Flacco.
Yeah, so
Nobody.
okay, we need our.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Boy,
okay, here we go.
Selective politicking is real. They didn't scream Lauren London name 50 million times. Lauren London and Cassie's best friends.
Is she?
Nipsey doing interviews saying Laura's the one introduced me to this.
Oh,
shut up! Are you for real?
Sitting here acting like y'all don't see what's going on. Everybody, because they don't want to say, "Damn, Whack called it."
Whack is saying it, so I don't.
Yeah,
We got to take this with a grain of salt.
You pause real quick.
But so far, chat.
Okay, so
far, chat.
When Wax says
coming
y'all
back.
want to ignore the Lauren London and Diddy stuff because y'all don't want to say I called it, he's referring to like the claims that he's been making about a Nipsey Hussle tape being out there. Now skip to 5 minutes, and just play it for 5 minutes.
Chat, can you fucking believe this?
I'm a mute up.
Hey, Cap.
Yes, sir.
Or anybody, any man in here, listening to Dreads and this wholesome, beautiful woman.
Oh my.
Lauren London is.
This guy. He just gives me the.
They had a kid, right?
Yes, they had a kid. Whack.
Nipsey and Lauren got a kid.
Yeah.
Got a kid and all that. and you got money, she got money, y'all both.
Yes, right.
You know, you this wholesome woman, you know. Then why they married a bitch in 5 years? What else you think might have been going on out of here?
Ah, shit.
Wait, I gotta stop it there, Chad, because he's hyping the shit. You understand why he ain't married? Like we still gotta. No, that's not enough. It's whack 100.
Man, y'all would have thinker. 5 years they was together with child, no marriage. Out of here. I'm waiting.
Damn, I missed
What do you
it.
think,
All
Chad?
I heard was 5 years no marriage.
You really think that Nipsey was set up by Lauren London, who was sent by Diddy as a mole? How did they know he was gonna blow up though?
Marriage.
I don't know.
You
We
know
gotta
what that
get
is?
we gotta get
That's
more info.
called
More info.
makeup on a
Chad,
cat.
you know anything about this? Put
What
it
else
in
is
the
what's under
comment
this?
box.
Oh, something. Something. Kid, 5 years, wholesome, this beautiful career, whoopie whoop, all this, El Perfecto. 5 years.
Yeah, ain't nothing missing from that. She perfect.
Oh, not even that. I didn't even think about that I totally overlooked that. I'm not even sitting there like, damn, she has been in for 5 years and this and the third. God damn. I mean,
I
y'all
don't
right.
know,
That is something that was
Chad.
overlooked. At least I'll be honest and say that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You know why I gotta put a little bit of a iffy shit on it? Because chat is coming from Whack, and Whack is he's become real good at this. He's become real good at this shit, chat. So we can't just take everything for face value. But let's keep watching what was going on in the original video with Blacc Sam.
Good baby daddy. Oh, Lauren London isn't an only child. She has a sister, and her sister was working for the honeycomb.
Oh man, it's Jaguar right too. Yeah, we got to take it with a grain of salt, Chaz. Grain of salt, this motherfucker too.
Wasn't Diddy executive producer of Nipsey album?
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, good
But
question.
Jaguar didn't stop there. She also brought up
throw
the
the
whole
good
thing with
questions
Dr.
out there.
Sebi. And if you're not familiar, here's why that's important. Nipsey was working on a documentary about Dr. Sebi, the herbalist who said he had natural cures for diseases like AIDS
that
and
is
cancer.
true.
A lot of people also believe Sebi was
That's
silenced
true,
because
Chad.
of that. So Jaguar claims that when Diddy started acting as a mentor to Nipsey while Nip was making his last album, he was really trying to control what Nipsey was doing.
Wanted him to stay the way from
They
Dr.
were trying to
Sebi's
block
work.
the fucking documentary, Chad. I get it now.
It was a blind corporation that bailed his murder out of jail.
Now, some folks believe Diddy may have been dragging out the release of Nipsey's album for a bit.
Now, chat, it could be possible Diddy's a gatekeeper. Diddy's big time gatekeeper by like Harrell days. Like he's been put on by the goats that started this whole own everything of the artist. The big 360 swallow up that they pause. They will take everything you own, everything, even the air in your lungs.
Bigger reason. And he allegedly
And dead rappers don't need promotion, chat. Like Biggie said, you're nobody till somebody kill you. So I'm telling you, this guy knows more than we know.
wanted to somehow attach the Bad Boy label to it or use Nipsey's rising fame to boost Bad Boy's image. But Jaguar's theory takes it even further. In another recent interview, she repeated her claims about Lauren, saying Lauren was placed in Nipsey's life on purpose, not just for love,
See,
but
that's
as part
crazy,
of a
Chad.
bigger
That's
setup.
that-
And according to Jaguar,
that
the whole goal
alone.
was to link Nipsey to Diddy and eventually trap him.
So Lauren London, they didn't know. They knew he had a big future, right? They knew he had a big future, and they figured Lauren London's one of the freaks from the Diddy situation with Cassie, because that's Cassie's best friend. That's what they just said, Chad. Allegedly, is Cassie's best friend.
To introduce Nip, Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in LA. It was Lauren that brought Nip to him. These women are used as pawns.
Yeah, I could
people
see
around.
that. I could see that, chat. I could see that because the strongest power is the power of seduction, chat. You don't need no weapons. You could kill your enemies with they won't even see you coming. Backdoored.
To line people
Yeah, this is
And then
exclusive
there's
shit.
another connection between Lauren and Diddy. Her close friend, Capricorn Clark. In a recent episode of his
This
prison
is
podcast, Suge
like
Knight
only
claimed that
11
Diddy
days
put his
old.
hands on one of his female assistants because she didn't tell him about Cassie supposedly talking to Kid Cudi.
Same time he got a mother and what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever.
Wow.
He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn.
I heard of
He
Capricorn.
felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping it on the low about if she was messing with Cudi or not.
Oh shit. Capricorn was the snitch.
Not that big.
Chat. Capricorn is the snitch. He's the one running around telling Diddy everything, chat.
Assistant Suge was talking about was Capricorn. Now,
Not that big.
so that assistant Suge was
Capricorn.
talking about was Capricorn. Now, some folks online claimed she might be related to Lauren, but they're
Oh, is that chick? Yo, you could tell she a mo, chat. You can't tell me that she's some fucking, she a model. I'm not saying, hey, chat, I'm not judging her in no way. Yo, listen, I love people and people are beautiful based on who they are. But she hanging around with an ugly crowd and her crowd do bad things. She don't look like the good type.
Suge was talking
She
about
got
was Capricorn.
expensive
Now, some
bag.
folks online claimed
See? Tell me she don't look like the only regular person there, chat. Like she looks so regular. She look like the girl that when you go buy a chopped cheese at the deli, she's the one that opened the door and let you out. Like when you go walking in, she let you out. And she don't even, you say thank you and she don't even say you're welcome. Like just mad, rude. She look like her.
she might be related to Lauren, but there's no solid proof of that. They just seem to have been really close
Yeah, she's the handler.
friends. Either way, after it was announced that
Sean Diddy Combs singer Cassie settles lawsuit accusing rap mogul of blank and blank.
Diddy
That's a
settled
lot
the
of
lawsuit with Cassie in
accusations.
November 2023, Capricorn posted a Bible quote on Instagram.
Look at right there, chat. Right here. The regular girl. Even this girl might be a little, but she got the drip. She got the drip. You could tell she's something. I don't know who she is. You might know who she is, chat, because y'all know who she is. This girl right here, she don't look like nobody special either. But you could tell her hair costs like about a rack to get done. She did her shit like in 59th Street, like 2nd Ave, 3rd Ave, Madison. They be having a little beauty salon, and you walk inside and you wash your hair, and they're like, oh, that would be $500. She got, they cut her ends only, and they did that whack-ass blow dry. And they probably charged her like 5 bands. And she's smiling, chat. She posted it on her Instagram. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is Miss Regular OB body right here looking like Mr. Potato Head. Like, what is up with her? She looked conniving. She looked deceiving. She don't even fit in the picture. I'm not trying to snap on her, chat, because I would bang that. That is just straight facts. Because I'm not a looks kind of person. She a vibe. She come to my crib. She a vibe. She gonna get smoked. But that's not the point. The point is, she look wild regular, like the type of chick that if you take to a party, girls in the party will be like, why did you bring her for? My friends are here. You feel me, chat? That's all I'm saying. She looks super wild regular. And guess what? She's the one that's with Diddy. She's with Cassie. She's with Nips. She's with Cassie. She's with London. She's with Diddy. This regular ass Joe Schmo. This square peg right here.
That had people talking. It read, don't take the path of the wicked. Don't follow those.
Wicked. Man, y'all the wicked ones.
Who do evil. Stay away from that path. Don't even go near it. Turn around and go another way. And
Chat, listen. When you turn off your light, the electricity doesn't disappear. Okay? The sun doesn't turn off. It stays there the whole time. So energy never dies. All I'm trying to tell you is, chat, evil is an energy and good is an energy. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing on this earth, if you don't know what you're putting your energy to, if it's good or bad, then you're automatically doing it with the bad people, because they're gonna, you ever been involved in a situation you weren't supposed to and you never went knowing all the truth? Somebody told you half of the truth. Yo, don't worry, we're gonna go over here with my friend real quick. Then next thing you know, you're in a car. Yo, where we going? Don't worry, we're gonna go pick up my other other boy real quick, and then you're in the car, and then everybody's putting on shiesty mask, and you're like, yo, what are we doing? And they're like, don't worry, put on this shiesty mask. Trust me, you don't want nobody to see your face. And now you're involved in something nobody told you all the information. That's what happens with evil. Evil will take your energy and borrow it. But when you know what you're putting your energy to, your energy counts whether you know it or not. So this is forget about religious shit. Just know that you wake up every day. There's energy in you. You get sad. That's your energy going down. You get happy. You could be excited. You will forget all your problems. Chat. If you're scared, you will run faster than you normally run. It's energy inside you. That energy needs a negative or a positive. That's how the currency, the electricity in your house works. It's a plug, and one is negative, one is positive. Everything is negative and positive. Yin and the yang, the day and the night, Seth and Ra. What you need to understand is if you don't know where you're putting your energy to, if you're not a guy, listen, if you're not a guy or a girl that says, yo, I'm always about God, or thank the universe for everything that happens, or thank God, thank Allah, thank whatever, Krishna, whatever your deity is, if you don't have one, your energy is being borrowed by the evil side. You understand? Your shit's getting piggybacked. So these people will make you go to their concerts, and in their concert, you don't have a side. You're like, I don't care, I'm just having a good time. But if you did have a side, their shit wouldn't work as well. You understand? This is what they do. But they are the point of this is that they are on a side, and that side is not the good side. Okay? They're not part of the good guys. Even if they say God. You hear them say, they will thank God. But then you'll see Ice Spice throwing up the devil horns in the fucking basketball game. Then you'll see fucking Taylor Swift do some fucking crazy shit with her fingers, and she's not even in a gang. You understand what I'm saying, chat? Like, don't fucking let them borrow your energy. You're a fucking battery. Just like in the Matrix, you're a battery. And your attention is how they suck your fucking energy. You never had a person stop you in the street and start talking shit to you, and then you're like, I don't even know how to get out of this conversation. I don't even want to talk to this person. And you're trying to like kind of leave, but you don't want to be rude. And when you leave that conversation, how the fuck do you feel? You feel very drained. Sometimes you feel so fucking drained, you're mad, and you're going to go give that shit to somebody else. So you're going to pass it off, the negative energy. You need to understand that you are energy. You got to pick a side. I don't care if you're not God. I don't like God. I don't go to church, Chi. I don't care if you don't go to church. Believe in good or believe in evil. Be ready for all the evil smoke or be ready for all the good smoke. But you got to pick a side. In this now times, this is the biggest religious war, and it has shit to do with religion. It's a spiritual war. They're trying to take your soul, and your soul is easy to take because you don't fucking know how to keep it. You have to know your energy. You got to pick a side. It's either day or night. You're either sleeping or you're awake. You're either running or you're walking. You're either laying down or you're sitting. You cannot do both. Pick a side. Your energy will be funneled. Okay, let's get back to this because I don't want you guys thinking like I'm some like trying to recruit you guys to the fucking Buddhist temple. I'm just telling you, energy is energy. And believe me, spirituality is some shit. These people practice Satanism. They are on their P's and Q's. They're doing it whether you believe it or not. You be like, oh, I don't believe in it. Yeah. Okay, all their fucking shows are red. All their shows have cows. All their shows have Baphomet. All their shows have blood. All their people are dressed like they're dying. All of it is apocalyptic. All their fucking music videos are the end of the world. Everything is a bomb shelter. Everything is a fucking planning for at the end of the world. Bro, they are the guys who end it. They pull the plug. And then Satan finishes his rule. And then we usher in the whatever era comes in next. Jesus Christ, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it will be an awakening. And you need to wake up now. This is the biggest wake up. This is the trial of the century. And the reason why I took so much time to explain is because this is the trial of the century. Some of you guys are not old enough. Some of you guys are old enough. And I'm going to explain something to you. You are paying attention. So they're draining your energy without you knowing. Know what side you stand on. Are you with the good guys, whether you believe in God or not? You could be an atheist. Do you believe that everybody should live, or do you believe everybody should be unalived? That's all. Pick a side. These guys, they believe in enslaving the humanity, making you work hard, and then you get railroaded when you retire, no pension, no nothing, and then all your jobs get stripped away. That's what these people are about. But then they sit in their big billionaire mansions and they laugh. They laugh at you because you guys lend them the energy. Know what side you're on. That's all I want to say. Let's keep listening to this wickedness.
And then she added, doors be unlocked. You got to be willing to walk away from the money. Full stop. 2011 was hell. Tragic kingdom. Now, since all those allegations about Diddy started coming out, Capricorn has refused to speak about her time working for him. But back in 2017, she did an interview with Grail where she revealed that she was the global brand director for Diddy's Bad Boy Records and worked as his personal assistant from 2000.
If you're a personal assistant, you know stuff nobody else knows. Like wild shit.
2001 until 2012. 2017, she did an interview with Grail where she revealed that she was the global brand director for Diddy's Bad Boy Records and worked as his personal assistant from 2001 until 2012. But she never explained why she left.
That's a decade.
At the time, it was reported that Diddy fired Capricorn for stealing, but based on
That sounds like a made-up lie. Does that girl look like she steals? She looks like a very expensive, high-maintenance girl. Just her hat alone is probably about 10 racks. And that bag, let's not even talk about it. And those jeans, girl, you're drippy.
what Suge said, it sounds like she might have left after Diddy attacked her physically.
Yo, listen to Suge. Suge don't like Diddy.
Now, considering that Capricorn was Diddy's personal assistant, she almost certainly had to—
Wait, that was the same girl? Oh my God. She looks so different when she's classed up. Somebody's been wasting a lot of the money, let me tell you. Diddy paid her good. She didn't need to steal.
Attacked her physically. Now, considering that Capricorn was Diddy's—
Yeah, she looked like she fight back though.
Personal assistant, she—
Not that I would hit women, because trust me, I would never hit women. That's why I've been beat. But I stay away from these spicy types.
Almost certainly had to sign an NDA. But here's the thing. NDAs don't protect crimes. So it's strange—
Oh, I bet they thought that it did.
—that Capricorn won't talk about what happened with Diddy, especially now that he's facing a trial and can't retaliate against her. As for Lauren—
As for Lauren, you little sneaky woman.
Since she and Cassie were inseparable when Cassie was—
Inseparable is a word that hides a lot of secrets.
dating Diddy, many fans think Lauren might have also worked for Diddy in some way and could have been involved in some of the shady stuff like those freak-off parties. What's also interesting is that even after Cassie left Diddy, Lauren remained on good terms with him, but not with Cassie. In fact, Lauren even credited Diddy for helping her find the strength to speak at Nipsey's funeral.
It meant to us. We lost an incredible soul. We lost someone very rare to us, and we lost a real one. And we won't ever be the same. But in Hustle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is going to test you, never fold.
In 2022, Lauren told Angie Martinez that she wasn't going to speak at the service at all. But then Diddy pulled her aside and encouraged her to show up.
About people that
everybody
they weren't like friends with. Like, it's like, listen, Chad, don't let nobody give no quotes that you know I don't fucking like after I'm dead. Talk about, yeah, you guys
never fold.
In 2022,
ever be the same. But in Hustle's words, because he used to always say this, the game is going to test you, never fold.
That's London.
In 2022, Lauren told Angie Martinez that she wasn't going to speak at the service at all. But then Diddy pulled her aside and encouraged her to show up.
I don't know if everybody, when you came out, everybody was like, because everybody had been feeling for you so strongly, and you seemed, I don't know, just like so regal. And
pay attention to the wording. She looked so regal.
So, did you feel that way? You looked so put together.
See, she looks so put together. These are things that aren't consistent with a woman who just lost the love of her life, her best friend, her soulmate, her one and only, her day one. Like, come on, chat. She was Diddy's people.
I just felt like it was.
See? It's that fake fucking pause. Listen, I don't know why people who lie think that pause makes the shit sound real. Because nobody pauses when they're talking. That's in the movies. You don't, bro. Oh my God. Oh, I hate when people lie to me in my face.
I just felt like it was surreal.
She's almost smiling, Chad. Can you see her through this fucking thing right here?
And I felt like I can honestly say God was caring.
You could tell when a person is smiling. When you talking and you smiling, because I remember when I used to work in the call center, they had a sign. It always says smile and dial. As if they could fucking see you through a phone, right? But that shit works, chat. This girl sounds like she's smiling.
It was surreal. And I felt like I can honestly say God was carrying me through that. That wasn't me. That was all God. Because there was no way. I didn't even want to get dressed. I was going to wear sweats.
Listen. You should have been the one doing all the preparations. Fuck is you talking about?
Now that I use Monday.
Oh no, chat. Something not adding up there. That's crazy right there. That's crazy talk.
Were you really? Yes, I was going to wear sweats. Were you really?
See? You see what I'm saying? It's the shit that she says that she thinks is compatible with a grieving person, and Angie Martinez's reaction is almost comical because she cannot believe she just said that shit in an interview.
Did somebody? I'm not getting. Yeah.
Did somebody pull you aside?
Somebody pulled me aside. Puff.
Chat. What the fuck have I been telling you the whole time? This just sounds so fake. And guess who pulls her to the side and tells her don't wear no sweatpants? Get that out, baby girl. We're gonna do one quickie before we leave. No disrespect. I'm just saying that's exaggerating, chat. I'm tweaking right now, chat. I took a couple of things, so I'm like on Friday mode. So if I say something that's offensive, chat, believe me, it's not serious. It's just an opinion. But that sounds like Puff squeezed a quick threesome right before the funeral service. And you know what? A person in power, they would do something like that. If you was in power and you were the type of person that would do some sexual act with another man so that way you could feel in power, right? Listen to me, chat. Listen to me. This is logic right here. And you are friends with this person right here. I guarantee you, chat, that he pulled her to the side and said, yo, you know what would be crazy right now? If me, you, and Cassie did a threesome and then went to the funeral and nobody noticed. Bro, I could almost put money on it that if Puff hears this shit, he'll be like, yo, that nigga Chi is crazy, because that's exactly what I did. No disrespect, though. I don't mean it disrespectfully, because these people don't respect Nipsey to begin with. So it's not like they're like, let's not be disrespectful to them. It's my opinion. And it may sound disrespectful, but you know what's fucking disrespectful? That she was the one who introduced Nipsey to Puff.
Somebody pulled me aside. Puff.
Really?
He pulled me aside and was like, look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that. But Puff,
this is crazy.
Did you feel that way?
I feel like they fucking warped all of us into a different dimension, because when the fuck did this happen? When the fuck does Lauren London know Puff?
Wait, you look so put together and strong.
It's like CERN turned on the hydrogen collider and didn't tell us.
Like It was surreal.
Surreal.
And I felt like I can honestly say God was carrying me through that. That wasn't me. That was all God.
God was
Because
carrying
there was no
you.
way. I didn't even want to get dressed. I
Puff
was gonna wear
was carrying
sweats.
you.
And,
Were you really?
I was gonna wear sweats.
It's Angie Martinez's
And,
reaction for me, guys.
Because there was no way. I
That's
didn't
a
want to get
real
dressed. I was gonna wear
reaction.
sweats.
Look.
And,
Were you really?
Were you really? Were you really?
I'm not getting.
Did
Yeah.
somebody pull you aside?
Somebody pulled me aside.
And guess who pulled her aside? Puff.
Really?
Puff pulled me aside and was like, "Look, bud.
Let me take you
You have
shopping."
showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." I hope he doesn't mind me sharing.
That sounds like she's telling us a little bit of something, but not everything. And I feel like the hole in that story is that not like a hole, like a person. Like the holes in that story is that she's saying that he said, now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. As if when they first started their mission, it was like, you got to make them fall in love with you. You got to have kids. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get them into the race. Whatever the manipulation tactic was. And then when they did the execution and whatever happened of the unalive, and now they're like, no, you got to end it like a book. Like you just got to be like a movie. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them what it looks like when it crumbles. Like this is the part that she shares, but she didn't tell us what led to that comment. It wasn't that you were gonna wear sweatpants, darling.
When it all crumbles down and to love them. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles.
Oh my God.
That's your responsibility.
That's your
I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that. But Puff was more,
Maybe with the Puff trial, you shouldn't have.
He's like a real brother.
He's like a real brother. Chat. When a girl says that a dude is like her real brother, listen to me, chat. Listen to me. Look at me in my fucking face when I tell you this. When a girl tells you that this dude is like her brother, listen. A best friend is one thing. But when a girl opens up with, he is like my brother, she didn't mention no best friend. She said he's like her brother. She's fucking that nigga. She is fucking that dude.
He's been through a lot of loss too.
Right. So he was like, you show up.
He's been through a lot of loss. Yes, I'm sure. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that helped her with her loss. He's been helping a lot of people with their loss.
But Puff was more,
Chat. Allegedly, of course. I'm this is an opinions channel.
He's like a real brother.
He's been through a lot of loss too.
Right. So he was like, you show up. Because he heard, I don't know who told Puff.
She don't know who told Puff that she wasn't going to show up. Y'all motherfuckers was together, hanging out. And you were like, do I have to go? Because like for real, like I only did this for you, bro. You wanted me to introduce you to the guy.
Somebody call Puff. Somebody call Puff. Somebody in your family or your team call Puff.
See? The fact that she don't know who called Puff? This happened how long ago? And she's till this day, she don't know who called Puff? You telling me this happened a long time ago? You never found out? You haven't seen Puff ever again? You never say, yo, Puff, who was it that called you that day? Like, for real? This don't sound like a story to you, Che? She never found out who told Puff. Now Puff is in jail. She can't ask him. Does this sound so convenient? Oh my God. I feel like I'm at like a episode of Black Mirror.
I was like, I'm wearing whatever. I'm not supposed to this now. I was like giving that.
See? You see? Chat, just listen to her demeanor right there. She sounded, just block out the fact that she's Lauren London and the girl married and had kids with Nipsey. Just forget about that part. Listen to the way she says, I was just going to wear anything. Like a person who, I don't really give a fuck who he is. I'll wear anything. You feel me what I'm saying, chat? Like, listen, chat. When a person dies, I don't think anybody in their right mind will ever mention or say they will wear anything. To a funeral, the first thing everybody's looking for is something black. And most people will be looking for a suit, right? Or a t-shirt with a picture, whatever the fuck, right? Why would she not have a t-shirt with her man shit? Nipsey, the biggest artist in the West. And she didn't think of doing something special for his death. She's like, I'll wear anything. Chad, just listen to that little piece and the tone. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm fucking tweaking and I'm geeked out.
Somebody call Puff. Somebody in your family.
Right here, it just sounds different. Sounds like a person.
I was like,
that didn't give a
wearing
fuck.
whatever.
See?
Your team
Who's the attitude? Who's the head
I
nod?
was like, I'm wearing whatever.
See? And Puff is like, listen, little crash out. You cannot wear whatever. This is the ending. That's it. You don't have to deal with him no more. You got the kids. You got the money. I told you I got you. That's probably how that conversation ended. And the way she says this is convincing.
Your family or your team call Puff. Like, yo, talk to Lauren.
I was like, I'm wearing whatever. I'm not supposed to this. I was like giving that. And so he was like, no, show up. Show up with your head up.
But what's really...
See? You really had to talk his wife to go to his funeral? A funeral that was like a fucking holiday. Everybody in the West Coast showed up. It was like the Super Bowl fucking performance. And she had to be talked into going by Puffy from New York? I don't, there's something there that don't make no sense.
Odd is that Lauren and Cassie were...
So, show up. Show up with your head up.
But what's really odd is that Lauren and Cassie were...
She don't got no family that could have told her that? She don't got no male figures in her life? Do you see what I'm saying, Chad? Like, it don't make no sense. Why is Puffy telling Lauren London this on the day of the funeral, encouraging her? In fact, giving her pointers. What to say, how to conduct herself, what esteem she should be behaving with. It sounds like he went over there to tell her what to do so she don't fuck up the shit at the last moment.
Were supposedly best friends for so many years. But even after that video of Diddy attacking Cassie in the hotel was leaked, Lauren didn't say a word.
Yeah. Lauren, Cassie was there for you, but you ain't there for Cassie? Lauren, that's crazy. I hope you get to see this video because somebody cuts a clip out of it. But that's crazy. If you was my wife and I passed away, my brothers will make sure that this shit don't happen. They wouldn't be like happy they got $5 million.
Not a single word of support for Cassie or other victims. It's almost like she was quietly showing her loyalty still lied
to Diddy.
With Diddy. Sure, the incident didn't directly involve Lauren, but for someone who spent so much time around both Cassie and Diddy, it was really strange that she stayed silent. And now that Lauren's name has come up in Diddy's trial, fans...
And her name comes up in the trial. Chat, we never knew this, chat. This is groundbreaking shit here, chat. Lauren London is the reason that Nipsey Hussle met Diddy. Diddy sent Lauren London to meet him. They never knew each other. And then they ended up having kids and the whole other shit. She's Diddy's clan. She's Diddy's clique.
Are side-eyeing her again. They're bringing up old rumors that she knows the truth about what really happened to Nipsey. Meanwhile, many fans genuinely believe Diddy had some connection to Nipsey's death, even if he didn't order it directly.
I don't know, chat. You guys tell me what you think. And that is some crazy shit. If Diddy has some shit to do with Nipsey Hussle's death, because then we come into the Big U situation, chat. And Big U actually is tied into a whole bunch of other shit now for apparently I don't know how. So we're gonna get into this from Rap Daily, and go subscribe to his channel. All the information is in the description, guys, and let's get right into this so that way this video is already getting too long and I want to keep these short.
Gave me a studio and gave me a studio, gave me an engineer in Hollywood. Big U has always been very Suge gave me a studio.
Boy, he just started off with a firecracker, didn't he?
And gave me a studio, gave me an engineer in Hollywood. Big U.
Wow.
Has always been very open about his tight relationship with Suge Knight. Shockingly, the latest evidence in his case has revealed a mind-blowing secret. Big U was linked to the attack on Suge and Tupac on...
No fucking way. So this guy's tied to every major celebrity that has been unalived?
September 7th, 1996. That led to Tupac's death.
I remember when the officer came and told me, he said, your homeboys killed Tupac.
What the fuck? And he said that on Vlad? Wow. Wow, Big U. I would have not said that. I would have never said that out loud.
Attack on Suge and Tupac on September 7th, 1996. That led to Tupac's death.
I remember when the officer came and told me, he said, your homeboys killed Tupac.
What was Big U's role, and how did he keep it hidden this long?
How come fucking Keefe D never mentioned? Oh, but yeah, then again, you know, Keefe D would have mentioned, is Keefe D a Crip? He's a Crip, right? Chat. Yo, chat. He's a Crip or a Blood? I think he's a Crip. I think he's a Crip. Why he never mentioned him, though? Probably pressure, right?
Sit tight. I come bearing all the details.
All right.
The update in the murder investigation. According to what's known with reasonable certainty about that fateful night in Vegas, air hitting up the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon heavyweight boxing match at the MGM Grand, Tupac Shakur and his crew, including Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, were caught.
Suge. And chat, that's actual footage of Tupac right there.
In Vegas, air hitting up the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon heavyweight boxing match at the MGM.
The Mike Tyson chat, Mike Tyson in his prime chat.
Grand, Tupac Shakur and
look at him right there. That's Pac right there. This right here, this is Tupac. And he's gonna go put a beat down on a guy named Orlando.
His crew, including Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, were caught on surveillance footage putting hands on Orlando Baby Lane Anderson.
Yep, that's Keefe D's nephew.
In the hotel lobby. This beatdown was allegedly payback for an earlier incident where Anderson, a known Southside Compton Crip, had tried to jack a death row associate named Trayvon Trey Lane of his death row chain at a Foot Locker store in Lakewood, California. Later that night, around 11:15 p.m., Tupac was riding shotgun in a black BMW 750 sedan driven by Suge Knight. They were rolling with a convoy heading to Club 662, a death row affiliated spot owned by Knight. While stopped at a red light at the intersection of East Flamingo Road and Koval Lane near the Vegas Strip, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside the BMW. A shooter in the caddy's back seat let off approximately 14 rounds from a .40 caliber Glock. Tupac caught 4 bullets, 2 to the chest, 1 in the arm, and 1 in the thigh. 1 bullet pierced his right lung, causing mad internal bleeding.
Smash the like, chat, smash the like, show love.
Knight caught a minor injury. Reported
R.I.P. Tupac, yo, R.I.P. Tupac, yo. He caught 4, yo.
Glock. Tupac caught 4 bullets, 2 to the chest, 1 in the arm, and 1 in the thigh. 1 bullet pierced his right lung, causing mad internal bleeding. Suge Knight caught a minor injury, reportedly.
Chat, I was there in Vegas, man. That shit must be scary, yo.
Grazed by a bullet or glass fragment to the dome.
Wow, Suge Knight, man.
19 rounds from a .40 caliber Glock.
40 caliber.
Tupac caught 4 bullets, 2 to the chest, 1 in the arm, and 1 in the thigh. 1 bullet pierced his right lung, causing mad internal bleeding. Suge Knight caught a minor injury, reportedly grazed by a bullet or glass fragment to the dome.
Wow.
Knight managed to whip a U-turn over a traffic median and drive a short distance before the police and paramedics showed up. Tupac was rushed to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, where he went through emergency surgery, but ultimately lost his battle 6 days later on September 13th, 1996. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, investigations hit major roadblocks. Many witnesses weren't trying to cooperate with police, sticking to the no snitching code of the streets. Knight himself, despite being an eyewitness, provided little useful info to investigators. As one journalist reported when asked about his cooperation with police, Knight famously stated, "I don't get paid to solve homicides." For years, the case remained officially unsolved.
What a
Orlando
douche.
Anderson was widely considered the
Hey, respectfully too, yo, Suge Knight is a beast, but I'm just saying that's crazy, bro. Like your boy, that was your boy.
prime suspect. Anderson denied any involvement until his death in a gang-related shooting in Compton on May.
And not only that, at the moment he was the biggest selling artist in the world. He had songs with, yo, he was with chilling, yo, he dated Madonna, yo, Jada Pinkett Smith. This guy was the Pac? Yo, he was the man, yo, real gangster.
asked about his cooperation with police, Knight famously stated, "I don't get paid to solve homicides." For years, the case remained officially unsolved, though Orlando Anderson was widely considered the prime suspect. Anderson denied any involvement until his death in a gang-related shooting in Compton on May 29th.
That's crazy. He never fucking admitted it. So Keefe D running around, I think Keefe D is his uncle. Yo, chat, I don't know. If you know if that's his uncle, put it in the chat. Put Unc.
It seemed the truth might consider sides. For years, the case remained officially unsolved, though Orlando Anderson was widely considered the prime suspect. Anderson denied any involvement until his death in a gang-related shooting in Compton on May 29th, 1998. With Anderson's death, it seemed the truth might never come to light. However, a major breakthrough came with the emergence of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, Orlando Anderson's uncle, and a former Southside Compton Crips leader.
Oh,
In
yeah,
a series
the
of
Keefe D
interviews, confessions, and eventually in his 2019 memoir, Compton Street Legend, Davis spilled the beans about his role in Tupac's murder. During interviews with police in 2008 and 2009, conducted under proffer agreements that offered limited immunity, Davis admitted to being in the white Cadillac during the shooting. He claimed he was riding shotgun, with Terrence Bubble Up Brown driving, and Orlando Anderson and DeAndre Freaky Smith in the back seat. According to Davis, he passed a Glock to the backseat passengers.
He said, or Orlando Freaky Smith. Yo, what the fuck?
Freaky Smith in the back seat, Terrence Bubble Up Brown driving, and Orlando Anderson and DeAndre Freaky Smith.
DeAndre Freaky Smith. That's a fucked up name to have to go into a jail with, yo.
The back seat. According to Davis, he passed a Glock to the backseat passengers, from which the fatal shots were fired.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
To keep for the cold of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
In his memoir,
this fucking guy, yo.
And later interviews, Davis described,
and he smiles about this shit,
the shooting as payback for the MGM Grand Beatdown. Later in
to keep for the cold of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
In his memoir and later interviews, Davis described the shooting as payback for the MGM Grand Beatdown. He wrote that the assault on Anderson gave us the ultimate green light to do something to Tupac and Knight. Davis consistently maintained that the shooting was gang-motivated, triggered by the disrespect shown to his nephew. On September 29th, 2023, Davis was
those guys were big-time Crips, bro. They were the people you call before you land.
Arrested and charged with murder with a deadly weapon and a gang enhancement. Prosecutors described him as the shot caller who orchestrated the attack, even though he didn't bust his
they hit him with that Rico
gun himself. So why then do rumors connecting Big U to Tupac's murder continue to circulate? The gossip surrounding Big U's alleged involvement stems largely from his status as a prominent Crip figure in Los Angeles during the 90s. As a shot caller in the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, Big U wielded significant pull within gang circles. Some theories suggest that his position could have given him knowledge of or even influence over the actions of other Crip sets, including the Southside Compton Crips responsible for Tupac's murder. However, it's crucial to recognize that the rolling 60s and Southside Compton Crips are separate factions with their own leadership structures and territories. The assumption that Big U would have authority over Southside Crips operations oversimplifies the complex, decentralized nature of gang organizations in Los Angeles. As one expert on gang structures noted, Crip sets are autonomous, and major actions like a celebrity murder would require significant coordination, which is not supported by evidence in this case.
Yeah, I don't think they just run around and kill famous people like that. I think that shit gotta be like approved.
Another source of speculation links Big U to Sean Diddy Combs and Bad Boy Records. In his confessions, Keefe D claimed that Combs offered $1 million to kill Tupac and Suge Knight amid tensions between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records. This allegation, if true, would suggest an East Coast connection to Tupac's murder. Some conspiracy theories have attempted to position Big U as a potential middleman in such a plot, given his Crip affiliation and alleged connections to the music industry. In examining the credible evidence surrounding Tupac's murder, several key points emerge. First, the most substantiated narrative, backed by Keefe D's confessions and subsequent arrest, points to a straightforward gang retaliation by the Southside Compton Crips against Tupac and his entourage for the beating of Orlando Anderson. This explanation line
that makes sense because you know that I don't think that because listen, the rules are A celebrity's a celebrity. It don't matter if he says he's a gangster. But when you go to the street, there's dudes there that don't got Instagram and they don't want to be famous, but they are famous. And it ain't for the things that people want to be known for. So trust me, if you beat one of those guys up, man, they gonna come for you.
Lines up with witness testimonies, security footage, and the broader context
See?
of gang
They're gonna
rivalries in
come for you.
1990s Los Angeles.
Pac signed his death certificate that night. I mean, there are those speculations and allegations that it was a hit. At that point, it still was motivated by a vengeance.
Big U's prominence in the Crips and his connections to
He kind of embarrassed the nigga. And then he not only that, but that's Keefe D's nephew. And Keefe D is the top dog. So you can't be a rapper and just think about that shit. You chilling on your block and motherfucking A Boogie out of nowhere comes and starts beating you up. Or, nah, let me put it more different. Chris Brown comes out of nowhere and just starts beating you up. What are you going to do? And you a gang member. You put in work for the set. You put in hella work. And he beats you up because he's got like 10 motherfuckers with him. Security, all types of motherfuckers. You don't kill that motherfucker. I mean, you're going to unalive that motherfucker.
To the music industry, place him adjacent to the events and players involved in Tupac's murder. In contrast to the speculation surrounding Big U, the scrutiny of Suge Knight's potential role in Tupac's murder has been more intense and persistent, despite being in the car with Tupac during the shooting and catching a bullet himself.
Yeah, that also looked convenient because, like, come on.
Knight has faced numerous allegations.
He's bigger than Pac. I think all the bullets would have hit him first.
Of involvement over the years.
Respectfully.
I think Suge Knight wanted it to look that way.
See, that's a cop. And a cop is not just going to say some dumb shit because he want to say some dumb shit. This guy's been investigating this case since the fucking beginning, yo.
One popular theory, initially proposed by former LAPD detective Russell Poole and featured in Nick Broomfield's 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac, suggested that Knight orchestrated Tupac's murder to prevent him from leaving Death Row Records. This theory gained traction due to rumors of financial disputes between Knight and Tupac, including allegations that Knight had pocketed a $700,000 check intended for Tupac from the film Gridlock.
See what I'm saying? That's some Big U shit right there. Who you think he was with the whole... Big U is his understudy. So if you think Suge was ruling Death Row with an iron grip, just imagine what his lower level entry clone was doing.
And that Tupac was planning to start his own label. More plausible critiques of Knight focused not on his direct orchestration of the murder, but on his role in creating the conditions that led to it. Knight's deep immersion in gang culture, his failure to squash the beef AR, the MGM Grand altercation.
You see, chat right there, those are the things that could have been done other than to retaliate and let your artist be murdered. I mean, unalived, the chat.
On his direct orchestration of the murder, but on his role in creating the conditions that led to it. Knight's deep immersion in gang culture, his failure to squash the beef AR, the MGM Grand altercation, and his general approach to business and personal conflicts likely contributed to the dangerous environment surrounding Tupac. The investigation into Tupac's murder has been complicated by various factors, including witness.
I know there's no such thing as too much gangster. But yes, there is a such thing as too much gangster. You put too many real motherfuckers in one room, I guarantee you something bad's going to happen by the end of the night.
To business and personal conflicts likely contributed to the dangerous environment surrounding Tupac. The investigation into Tupac's murder has been complicated by various factors, including witness intimidation, the street code of silence among gang members, and the deaths of key figures like Orlando Anderson. Initially, Vegas police faced serious challenges in gathering evidence and testimony. Lead investigator Kevin Manning told journalist Kathy Scott that the case may never be solved due to uncooperative witnesses and lack of new leads. Former Compton police officer Bob Ladd, who assisted in the investigation, highlighted cultural disconnects that hampered early efforts. He noted that Vegas investigators were ill-equipped to handle Compton gang members, describing how they were laughed out of interrogations due to cultural misunderstandings.
That's crazy. That they were laughed out of fucking meetings because they were saying things that right now are the reason why Puff is in jail.
Understanding. This insight suggests that even with potential leads, authorities struggle to navigate the complex social dynamics involved. The breakthrough in the case came largely through the work of former LAPD detective Greg Kading, who interviewed Keith D in 2009 as part of a drug case to gain leverage in the investigation of Biggie Smalls' murder. During these interviews, Davis confessed to his role in Tupac's murder, though the proffer agreement initially limited the use of his statements. Kading's investigation, detailed in his 2011 book, initially limited the use. Davis confessed to his role in Tupac's murder, though the
He confessed to his role in Tupac's murder.
proffer agreement initially limited the use of his statements. Kading's investigation, detailed in his 2011 book, Murder Rap, concluded that Tupac's murder was a straightforward gang retaliation orchestrated by Keith D and carried out by members of the Southside Compton Crips. Importantly, Kading's extensive work on the case did not implicate Big U or suggest any broader conspiracy beyond the immediate participants in
It didn't implicate Big U though, but Big U was learning from the playbook.
the shooting. Davis's public statements, Air 2018, including his memoir and appearances in documentaries, provided law enforcement with new grounds to pursue charges despite the earlier proffer agreement. Vegas police, led by Lieutenant Jason Johansson, cited Davis's own admissions as key to reviving the investigation. On July 17, 2023, police searched Davis's Henderson, Nevada home, recovering items like laptops, .40 caliber bullets, and a copy of Compton Street Legend. This search ultimately led to Davis's arrest on September 29, 2023, with prosecutors describing him as the on-ground, on-site commander who ordered the death of Shakur. In recent years, Big U has distanced himself from his criminal past, focusing on community work and youth mentorship through his Developing Options nonprofit. Many, however, remain
He's not
skeptical.
focusing on his criminal part. Yo, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. This guy right here, he is active. He is active.
In recent years, Big U has
Respectfully, Chad, and I'm just saying, this is my opinion. That's not a fact, so don't think that he's really active. This guy is a businessman, but I'm just saying, look at the guy.
Distanced himself from his criminal past, focusing on community work and youth mentorship.
These are all allegations.
Through his Developing Options nonprofit. Many, however, remain skeptical. Work. Prosecutors describing him as the on-ground, on-site commander who ordered the death of Shakur. In recent years, Big U has distanced himself from his criminal past, focusing on community work and youth mentorship through his Developing Options nonprofit. Many, however, remain skeptical, viewing his
Developing Options.
His gang history as grounds for continued suspicion. Let's take a closer look at these men. Players in the game. Before we can really chop it up about
Yo, he is funny. He said, let's take a look at these men.
The connections between Big U, Suge Knight, and Tupac, we gotta understand who they were in the 90s LA scene. Big U, holding it down as a respected rolling 60s Crip, was moving in a world where your set determined everything from where you could walk to who you could talk to. At the same time, Suge Knight was blowing up as the co-founder and CEO of Death Row Records, a label that was straight revolutionizing West Coast hip-hop with artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and eventually Tupac Shakur. The key thing to remember is that Knight was known to be riding with the Mob Piru Bloods, which automatically created beef with Crip-affiliated ballers like Big U due to the deep rooted rivalry between these gangs. The Bloods and Crips have a historic rivalry, which naturally placed Knight and Big U on opposite sides of the gang divide. This fundamental beef is the backdrop against which any alleged relationship between the two men must be understood. Any relationship between Big U and Suge Knight, if one even existed, would have been mad complicated or handled through neutral parties in the industry. Their opposing gang affiliations, Big U with the Rolling 60s Crips and Knight with the Mob Piru Bloods, created a natural divide that would have made direct collaboration unlikely. As one source notes, Knight's dominance at Death Row meant he interacted with various figures in the Los Angeles music scene, including those with Crip affiliations, especially when business interests were at stake. This business-first mentality might have created opportunities for indirect interaction. Where their stories start to collide more directly is through their connections to the music hustle. Big U was getting his hands dirty in the industry as a manager and promoter, notably working with artists like Karuk, a Death Row affiliate, and later establishing his own operations such as Unique Music. His influence during the 90s put him in the same circles as Death Row's operations, though no receipts show him directly working with Knight or Death Row. To really understand Big U's come up, peep what he said in a 2022 interview with Big Boy's neighborhood radio show about his journey from hood figure to music exec.
Jimmy Chris, man, Jimmy Chris, my Paru partner out of Compton. he came to me and he had an idea to do a show on management and a documentary on management. And I was at the time I really wasn't doing it. I was just doing football.
He revealed how he went from just managing one person to buying the idea of starting up a show that ended up becoming big.
We went over it a couple of times. Then we decided to do it, but I wanted to do something that would be telling from our side, the point of view. And it ended up morphing into what you see now, talking about the lives of people who are behind hip-hop and the people who make hip-hop go.
This insight into Big U's approach to the music game highlights his understanding of the
That
behind-the-scenes
is so
power
telling.
moves that
How he tries to inject himself into hip-hop, like, and the people that, you know, make hip-hop go. What the fuck is the people that make hip-hop go?
Big U's approach to the music.
I mean, like the
Game
people
And the
that
people who make hip-hop go.
see? The fuck was that? Make hip-hop go? You mean like you take their money? I mean you make it a hazard? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to say nothing about the way he ran his operation over there, but last I checked, that shit is illegal. And chat, nothing illegal sustains for too long. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. It just has a weird way of falling apart.
Insight into Big U's approach to the music. Game highlights his understanding of the behind-the-scenes power moves that shaped careers and influenced the trajectory of hip-hop in the 90s. It also shows his connections to Peru members, proving that despite gang rivalries, business relationships could transcend these divisions when paper was involved. The East Coast-West Coast beef provides critical context for understanding the tensions that would eventually pop off in violence. This highly publicized rivalry between East Coast, Bad Boy Records, led by Sean Diddy Combs, and West Coast Death Row Records, hip-hop squads created an environment where personal slights could quickly escalate to deadly confrontations. Tupac's murder, followed by the killing of the notorious Biggie Smalls in March 1997, was
see what I'm
widely
saying,
attributed
chat?
to this beef,
It's
though gang-related motives
crazy.
have also been highlighted. Suge Knight's iron grip over Death Row Records and its artists was no joke. Ayer securing Tupac's loyalty by posting his $1.4 million bail in 1995 in exchange for
You think that this man right here is not gonna have a life insurance policy on Tupac after he posted 1-point-something million?
signing with Death Row. Knight positioned the label as the dominant force in West Coast hip-hop. Under his leadership, Death Row wasn't just a record label, but a cultural movement, one deeply connected with gang affiliations and street cred. Knight was a known affiliate of the mob Peru Bloods, while Big U was a rolling 60s Crip. However, the interconnected nature of Compton's gang and music scenes meant they operated in overlapping circles. For example, Death Row Records employed members of both Bloods and Crips.
That's dangerous, chat.
Creating complex alliances and tensions that would later factor into the violence surrounding Tupac's death.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's dangerous. You got both of them working together? Hey, yeah, I feel about the whole equality thing, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta first let go of the colors if you want to work together. If you guys are there representing your cliques, it's gonna be problems.
According to some accounts, there were connections between Knight and Big U through mutual associates. Henley allegedly managed Kurupt, a Death Row artist, placing him within the label's extended network. Additionally, some sources suggest that Kurupt introduced Henley to
Corrupt.
Suge Knight, who provided financial support post-prison, and Henley allegedly bailed Knight out of jail at one point, though these claims lack solid documentation and should be taken with a grain of salt. Despite these potential connections, the fundamental gang rivalry between the Bloods and Crips would have created significant barriers to any close or trusting relationship between Knight and Big U. The story of Tupac's signing to Death Row Records illustrates the complex interplay of loyalty, business, and street politics that defined the era. The Ayer Knight posted Tupac's bail. The rapper became the label's flagship artist, dropping the legendary double album All Eyes on Me in 1996. This partnership was straight cash for Death Row, but would also put Tupac right in the middle of dangerous beef, both in the music industry and on the streets. As Tupac's star rose at Death Row, tensions with Bad Boy Records and its artists, particularly the notorious Big and Sean Diddy Combs, escalated dramatically. Tupac's savage diss track Hit 'Em Up directly came at Biggie and Bad Boy, taking what might have stayed a professional rivalry into deeply personal
Yeah, that was the biggest burn in history, chat. That's the most viral diss track ever.
Territory with potential for violence. Big U's exact position within this web of relationships during this period remains somewhat cloudy. While his Crip affiliation might have naturally aligned him against the blood-affiliated death row, the reality was likely more nuanced. In the complex ecosystem of 90s Los Angeles, gang affiliations didn't always dictate business relationships, and figures like Big U operated across various spheres of influence. What's crystal clear, though, is that by September 1996, the stage was set for tragedy. The escalating East Coast-West Coast beef, combined with simmering gang tensions and personal grudges, had created a powder keg of potential violence. When Tupac and his squad ran into Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a member of the Southside Compton Crips, at the MGM Grand AR, the
That's
Mike
when shit
Tyson fight
went
on September
bad.
7, 1996. The resulting confrontation would set off a chain of events that would forever change the land.
I think that was the moment that Tupac must have noticed. Listen, he didn't live long enough to notice it because it happened and then he got killed that same night. Because that's retaliation. But if he would have lived to a little longer, or just it would have never happened, he would have been able to tell you that he knew that was the turning point where everything got fucked up and he threw away his career.
Landscape of hip-hop. The beating of Anderson, caught on hotel surveillance and witnessed by numerous bystanders.
See, Suge could have stopped him the whole entire time. Suge is walking right next to him.
Was allegedly payback.
But they gangsters. What they gonna do?
For an earlier incident where Anderson had tried.
I'm saying this Tupac, man. You the star, bro. I would have been like, yo, chill right here, fam. Let's go talk to these motherfuckers right here. They're going to go handle it. The Goonies will go handle it.
Had to take a death row medallion from a Mob Piru member named Trayvon Trey Lane. This act of violence against a Crip member by Tupac and his blood-affiliated entourage violated street code and demanded a response according to the street justice of the time. Hours later, as Tupac and Suge Knight cruised along the Vegas Strip in a black BMW, a white Cadillac pulled alongside them at a red light.
And it was rumored, chat, look at the car right there. It was rumored, chat, that the reason that they found them, it was because these guys were riding around and there was another car full of girls screaming at him, yo, Tupac, Tupac, la, 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 la. Whatever the hell they were screaming. I don't know what they were screaming, chat. I wasn't there. But that's how Keefe D and them was like, oh, look at them over there. That's how they found them.
From that vehicle, multiple shots were fired, striking Tupac 4 times and grazing Knight. Tupac would succumb to his injuries 6 days later.
I mean, chat, a lot of people say that Suge Knight was like he set it up and that he took a shot so it could look real. Listen, I don't know what fucking snipers you think he hired from what fucking Navy SEAL team, but I don't think that motherfuckers could pull a car up, especially if they was rolling with QFD and they pop a gun and they're gonna be like, let's graze him in the head. Bro, you could have killed Suge. So whoever would have done that, I think he would have probably got smoked. You feel me? On some like mob shit, like, yo, bro, you almost killed the boss. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think that Suge knew this was gonna happen.
On September 13th.
I think these guys were acting like off of just the rage that, oh no, this rapper didn't think that he's gangster and he just beat my nephew up. I think that's what happened. You ask me, everybody's hyping it, everybody's talking crazy about it, but to me, it looks like good old-fashioned vendetta.
1996, leaving behind a legacy of incredible artistic.
I don't think they gave a fuck that he was famous. I think they were just mad that this motherfucker beat up the top Crip in LA's nephew and was walking out, and he jumped in his car and was chilling.
Achievement and unanswered questions about the circumstance.
And over there, they don't just come. See, what Tupac did was what we do in New York. That's a New York thing. We find you, we gonna turn you into a rug cap. You understand what I'm saying? But out there, they do drive-bys.
Of his death. In the aftermath of this tragedy, countless theories would emerge regarding who was responsible and why. Among these theories, allegations of Big U's involvement would eventually surface, despite a lack of concrete evidence connecting him directly to the events of that night. To understand why these rumors persist and what credible information exists regarding Big U's potential connection to Tupac's murder, we need to examine other various accounts, investigations, and claims that have emerged over the years. the aftermath of the murder. In the wake of Tupac Shakur's murder, the paths of both Big U and Suge Knight took dramatic turns, shaped by legal drama, personal transformations, and their ongoing connections to the complex intersection of gang culture and the music industry. For Suge Knight, the aftermath of Tupac's murder marked the beginning of a long downfall. Death Row Records, once the dominant force in West Coast hip-hop, started falling apart as artists bounced and legal issues stacked up. Knight's aggressive business tactics and alleged criminal connections, which had once seemed to fuel his success, increasingly became liabilities. In March 1997, less than 6 months ere Tupac's death, the notorious Big was murdered in Los Angeles, further intensifying heat on Knight and Death Row. Some theories suggested that Knight orchestrated Biggie's murder as retaliation for Tupac's death.
Well, Chad, that's a conversation for another day. But we about to get into this Joe Rogan episode because I really want to see what Joe Rogan has to say about Diddy and the Diddy situation. Before we get off of this video is already going off on, you know, the deep end, but we still want to see what Joe Rogan got to say about the whole Diddy stuff. So let's get right into this, chat.
I've had conversations with people. I've had conversations with people.
Let's go.
I've had conversations with people
Smash
about it.
the like button.
Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like they're the state of New York. One of the district attorneys was hiding. They were hiding documents that have forced them to get documents. I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes.
Yeah, I
partied.
so.
And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh yeah,
trials, wild,
Oof.
wild.
Why don't they they air it the same way they aired the the coverage that
Johnny
Johnny Depp got?
I know. Why don't they? I don't know. They should. The ratings would be amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Why wouldn't you air that?
What's going to happen though? You think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get.
Think he's going to sing though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein. It's another Ghislaine Maxwell, where somebody gets indicted and nobody else indicted for trafficking kids to
to no one. Right. We're like, what is the next crazy thing that's going to explode in the news? Is Bill Clinton's going to have an OnlyFans? Like, what is going to happen? What is the next thing that's going to make us all go, what the fuck?
Wow.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
That would be the end.
What if your website's success was only limited
That
by
would
one?
be the end for me, Chad. You imagine Hillary Clinton opens the OnlyFans? Oh my God, she would be a billionaire in one day.
How many guys were on video saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party"?
Yeah.
How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron.
Yeah. How Ashton Kutcher? All these people. Like,
Oh shit, yo, LeBron was the first name on everybody's mind.
you guys all went. You didn't see nothing.
That's
You
a
didn't see
lot.
nothing.
Yeah.
Donnell.
Donnell went. Did he? Of course he
He's
did.
on tape, trying to defend himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he trying to defend himself right now?
Michelle Lorenzo.
I gotta call him up. Donnell, you gotta back away from that.
Oh my God, yo. These people, yo.
Isn't there a bit?
Listen, everybody, the whole Diddy situation, you know what, Diddy, and I hate to say this. But I feel like there's gonna be like a mistrial because this guy is that powerful.
With
There's a lot of people he controls. This guy got the key to the city. You don't just get. I don't know when was the last time a person like in the hip hop community just got the key to the city.
Kamala.
She was at one of the Diddy parties.
Yeah, with Kamala.
What? The vice president of the United States?
She was at one of the Diddy parties.
Isn't she in the background with?
It might have been the difference between Diddy parties and freak offs. Oh my God!
They're giving him shit too because he's sitting in his.
The guy from Chappelle Show.
Yeah,
and then Dave's there.
Show us the picture
too, and then Russell Simmons too. Oh boy! But is that at a party or is that just a group of them together?
They were like on a yacht or something like that.
Okay, but that's not the Diddy
No,
party.
yeah, it's not like they were.
I think.
You think Diddy was rogue or Diddy was like Epstein type?
It's
working for somebody.
That's a good question. Well, it would be a
'Cause he had the
great
juice
way
on
to
lot of people.
compromise celebrities. Yeah.
Yeah.
And get them to say whatever you want them to do, get them to do whatever projects you'd like them to do. And, you know,
Chat,
if
there
you're
is
a
a
bunch of
pic-
other celebrities are there, you're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton's here. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is cool. Look at this. Like, Brad Pitt's here. Oh, this is cool. You don't even think there's anything wrong with being there. Meanwhile, you're getting drugged up and filmed. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden,
Oh
you're like,
yeah,
I'm
she was
feeling
with
really
Donna.
good. I just
She
feel
was.
amazing. You're all mollied up. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Oh my
Crazy.
God! They're
Now, if that's
going
not an
in.
intelligence agency operation, it's just one fucking evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy.
I knew it, yo. I knew Joe Rogan was gonna see through it. He was just gonna be honest, yo. That's crazy. That's exactly what Diddy did.
A combination of things they give you. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm feeling really good. I just feel amazing. You're all mollied up. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Crazy. Now, if that's not an intelligence agency operation, it's just one fucking evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy freak off party. Everybody's got to put their phones away.
Wow, he's accurate. Chat, he's very accurate right now.
Okay, we're gonna put our phone away. No one's gonna know anything. Yeah, it means there are cameras everywhere. It's just one guy doing that. What a diabolical human being.
Yeah.
He seems pretty diabolical.
He's probably working with somebody or for somebody.
Maybe.
And maybe he just got too far out there.
Some of the shit that came out in the trial, though, like he's forcing his girlfriend to have sex with prostitutes while he was sitting there jacking off with a bandana on. She'd rub the jizz on his nipples. Like, what are we even talking about?
But what's he going to go away for?
Chat, I'm not even going to repeat it. I'm not going to stop it. If you didn't hear it, you missed
kidnapping,
it.
or is it?
I don't think he's even
crazy.
charged for beating her up. Like the video of him beating her up, he's not even getting in charge for that.
That's how powerful this guy is, chat. There's people that will be fired in places we don't even know they are hired right now, and they make way more than all of us put together. Billionaires and millionaires and politicians and media outlets.
Megyn Kelly said that. She said,
Who's got all the videos?
Yeah, where in them? What's in the videos?
CNN has a video. Diddy probably owns some CNN shit.
What's that about? I mean, what would happen? What would happen if we got videos?
We need Candace to do a deep dive.
If we got videos of thousands of celebrities just butt fucking each other and sucking dicks and taking Molly, and guys are passing them around, like Combs pleaded not guilty to the new.
You know who didn't go to a Diddy party? Me and Joe Rogan here. I guarantee you he wasn't invited.
Superseding indictment, which added 2 charges to bring the total to 5. He's charged with racketeering, conspiracy, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. So he's not being charged with the assault.
Wow.
The sex trafficking is the
But he could get charged with it in the future. It's not like they can't like charge him with
No,
more
yeah,
stuff.
that shit that doesn't go away. There's no statute of limitation for that.
That's what needs to.
Alleged use threats, force and coercion to get victims to
Yo, chat, I told you was not gonna want to miss this.
engage in sex acts, once allegedly dangling a victim over an apartment balcony, according to prosecutors.
This is 2
So I
days
would
old,
imagine if
chat.
you're the fucking CIA.
Oh my God, this guy's there. Oh hell no, they really dissecting this.
Like, okay, we're looking for people who have gone through these things in their life that have curated this kind of like personality type.
Wow.
Well, isn't it just like part of the gig? Like,
Listen, if Schultz and Rogan are talking about some hip hop culture shit, that's our culture, chat. That's like our level of shit. You feel me? And he's like, bro, having to give an opinion, you know we got sloppy there. nigga, Diddy is wildin'.
Here's a for instance, like your bit about Puffy.
Puffy.
How you're gonna?
Yo, I never thought I'd hear that shit. Yo, Rogan, bro, you the man, yo. I give it up to
Just
that white
like
boy.
part of the gig. Like here's a for instance, like your bit about Puffy.
How you're gonna connect these two fucking dots?
Oh my god, he got a bit.
That bit is like, look, you don't have any real personal beef with Diddy, but it's got to go down. The bits are there. I'm a gold miner. I just found some gold.
You're right. Maybe I'm a sociopath.
It's not that you're a sociopath. It's just that that's part of the gig.
Yes.
Like you're not a sociopath with your friends.
No, I think I'm maybe an empath.
Yes.
But I guess it's one of those things where like you justify, you go, okay, if there's, I think this person might have done something bad.
Yes.
And he can get jokes and we're all going to tell jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not pressing fucking charges.
Well, not only that, you're not the guy who's out there like calling the New York Times, hey, you know what I heard about
By
Diddy?
the way, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're just like, it's there. I mean, it's not just there. It's everywhere. My fucking news feed is dominated by it. Fox News, CNN.
That's true. For yo, chat. Diddy has taken the airwaves.
Everyone.
There's UFOs that landed. There's a UFO, one UFO that landed in Colombia. Nobody knows what it is. It has writing on it. We don't know what it is. We cannot know what the fuck it is, chat. And people are.
There's raids at Diddy's house. Who was the guy that was running around with a sports bra on? Did you see that one dude?
No, this is in LA.
Oh my god, I gotta send you
While
this.
the raids are happening?
Yeah. He got caught up in the raid and he was yelling, "I'm a celebrity! I'm a celebrity!" It's like one of the most hilarious clips. Hold on, I'm gonna find you this. It's so funny.
That's like something out of Family Guy.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Jamie?
But you bring up a good point, which is like, are there ever situations where you feel you won't?
Wait till you see this.
If you think it might rain later,
Did he just pull out a jacket from his pocket? That was crazy.
Yeah. He's wearing a sports bra. Hold on, we're gonna play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put your headphones on so you can hear it.
That's funny.
Saucy Santana.
Oh,
yeah.
Saucy.
Look at this.
Wearing what appears to be a black sports bra, red tights, and the performer's signature trim beard and long eyelashes.
Yeah, this is Joe. This is Saucy
The music
Santana.
artist was
Yeah, look at him.
This guy's, oh wow, saliva on the beard is crazy.
Saliva on
He definitely
the beard.
came from a Diddy party.
Yeah. Well, he was at Diddy's house.
I bet he was.
So I guess Diddy just kept people at his houses because he's got multiple houses and he's just had freak out part. Look at.
Did he escape a Diddy party? What the fuck did we just see, chat? Holy shit. We gotta find out.
Look at this.
wearing what appears to be a black sports bra, red tights, and the performer's signature trim beard and long eyelashes.
Yeah, this is Joe. This is Saucy
The music
Santana.
artist was
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh wow, saliva on the beard is crazy.
Saucy Santana. Let's find this video, chat. Hold up, chat. You guys keep watching that. I'm gonna find the video. Holy shit, chat.
Saliva on the
definitely
beard.
came from a Diddy party.
Yeah. Well, he was at Diddy's house.
I bet he was.
So I guess Diddy just kept people
my
at his houses because he's got multiple houses and he's just had freak out
There
part. Look
is
at him.
a
Look at
video,
Saucy
chat.
Santana.
Oh,
Yeah, no, Saucy's crazy. Have you seen Saucy twerk?
I didn't even know Saucy existed until I saw that video.
Oh, Saucy can throw it down.
This is Booty by Saucy Santana.
I don't even know if it's Diddy's artist, but Saucy's like a popular figure in
They're
music.
staying at his house.
Well, I think that video.
Nah, Diddy's
is
in a
not
tricky
on the
situation.
internet anymore.
Boy,
Diddy's in a
that's the
tricky
understatement
situation.
of the year.
Yeah, Diddy's in a I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think it's over for him as like a figure in entertainment.
Right. But do you think
Like,
it's over as him as far
going
as
to
like
jail?
he gets a cell right next to R. Kelly?
I don't think so. I don't think
Really?
he gets
I
locked
think he
up.
skates.
I think he skates, or he goes.
That's
to
what I'm
Bali.
saying, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Diddy got enough power. Forget about money. It's not money that he has. What he has is people in compromising situations and videos of people that they don't want nobody to even know they do have a video of them. You feel me? So he's gonna have a mistrial. He's just probably gonna be like forced to do shit like, yo, you're gonna have to like tone it down, bro. Like, you're gonna have to stop the little white party.
The move, huh?
You won't be able to throw a party. And he probably gonna have to do like 5 years. He probably gonna have to do like 5 years, yo, for doing the stupid shit he did with Cassie, for doing the stupid shit with Cuddy. The car with Cuddy that he destroyed Cuddy's car. Yeah, that not in America. You cannot do that to another human's car. I don't care how much money you got.
I mean, Russell's out there.
Yeah.
You know,
He's definitely gonna do like 5 years.
Is he been formally charged, or does he just know that the shit is out there?
I think there's just so much shit out there.
Bro, I think those rappers did some wild shit.
Listen, when he told his sons, go take out the pizza boxes and make sure some crazy code word shit, and then he says some shit about whatever the fuck he said. That's it. That was the code word for get everything that I put as an emergency plan in case I go down. There's a contingency plan. To
It's yeah. I mean, it was,
you don't get this high in the totem pole and not have a fucking burn switch. You feel me? That you're like, boom, you hit that shit and everybody's compromised.
Especially in the 90s.
He probably sent a spam email to everybody while he was in jail from a clone fucking email saying, you motherfuckers, I have you on a video with a little clip of their shit.
music business. It's a lot of people.
It's not just the music business. It's like it's the extortion business.
Well, see, it's like, yo, it's a serious business out there. People think that because a celebrity goes out there and wastes $10,000 on gold chicken wings that he should be giving the money to somebody else. And that's not how it should be, chat. You got your money, do whatever the fuck you want with your money. You want to help people, which you should. But if you don't, that doesn't make you bad. It's your fucking money.
Well,
Just saying.
yeah, I mean, the rap game was crazy. That's a thing a lot of people don't realize is like back in the day, especially like early rap game, you weren't just going to play at, you know, what's the random theater that you would play in LA? What's like a big theater? I'm trying to think, the Orpheum or something like that. Wiltern. Some guys were explaining to me, it was like you would play at the local hood club. There was like a hood club that you could perform at. And then that was owned by.
Yeah, that's facts. In my hood, it used to be a Roomba. It used to be like, and it wasn't the biggest club. Let me tell you, hip hop venues did not have the biggest clubs. Even the Tunnel was not like enormous.
By the local drug dealer that was washing money there.
Right.
See?
And then that was owned by the local drug dealer that was washing money there.
Right.
So this is where the idea of like checking in comes from. Have you heard of this term?
Yes.
Like checking in was basically like, hey, I want to make sure we're good because you're going to pay me. And if I don't check in, you might rob me because you're putting me up at the hotel and you know everything that's going on and you're a drug dealer. So you don't play by the rules.
Right. When you come to Houston, you're checking in with certain people.
Mr. Prince.
Yes, sir.
Woo! He said it, chat. Jay Prince. That's another one, yo. They're gonna come for that guy, yo. God forbid, but they coming for him.
Mr. Prince.
Yeah.
You don't gotta check in, Joe.
You gotta check in, say
Joe
hi.
don't gotta check in.
Anybody that does the check-in chat, that's extortion. That's extortion 101.
That business. I say hi.
You've had him on here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a legend in the game.
He's a
dude.
legend.
Oh my God, chat. When they say a legend, that means he's a real gangster who's done real foul shit to people.
Respect. I say hi.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So what is like, yeah. How does a guy like him, like I'm trying to think, like how do you navigate that to the point where people have this like respect and fear because of what they assume you've done in the street world.
Right.
But you're also operating legitimately.
Yeah.
And nobody can get you.
They
Like,
try.
They try.
Well, they
nonstop.
tried with him many times.
And do you think they just give up?
I don't think they have anything. If they had something, they would have brought it.
Nah, man. Look at what happened with fucking Takeoff. Look at what happened with the jeweler guy. Like, come on, yo. You telling me they don't got nothing? I think they got a lot. They're just waiting because you know the feds. When the feds come knocking, they usually got something on you. Very rarely are you going to walk away. You're going to get a deal or you're going to take the long run, but you're going to get hit.
You know, if they have something on a guy like that, they try to get him.
That's the thing.
But he's clever.
Oh.
He's playing
Chat,
many
hit the
levels.
like button,
He's
chat,
like one of
hit
those
the like
dudes.
button.
You ever see a
We
chess
got
tournament
16
where a
people
guy
up in
walks
here.
in and
Let's
there's
all
10
hit the
different
like
players
button.
and he
Come
just
on.
walks and goes to each move and goes to the next board and makes a move, goes to the next board, makes a move, then he beats everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where does a guy like
board and playing to get him?
That's the thing.
But he's clever.
Oh.
He's playing many levels. He's like one of those dudes. You ever see a chess tournament where a guy walks in and there's 10 different players and he just walks and goes to each move and goes to the next board and makes a move, goes to the next board, makes a move.
I've seen that, chat.
But he beats everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where does a guy like that learn that? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Streets. Yeah. He learns that, you know, I mean, it's all about keeping people close.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Giving respect, getting respect.
Yeah.
Making sure that, you know, you cover all your statements.
Yeah. Like if you.
And it's a power thing. You better be a powerful person. Like, and I mean like violently powerful in that game because you will be tested by the wolves.
You say something, you have to make sure you do it.
You cover
See?
it. Yeah.
100% of the time.
100%. You can't be like, yo, if you do this to me, I'll unalive you. And then they do it to you. And you're like, damn, yo, I'm not going to let him do it again. No, there is no again. You have to do it.
And there's probably times in his life where he's went, like, if it's poker, he probably went all in a few times, not in terms of money, but like this decision makes or breaks me.
Yeah.
I wonder how many make or break moments he's had.
Yeah, well, Takeoff, the jeweler guy, those were probably make or break moments where he was like, damn, but I had to do it because they thought I was pussy.
Well, it depends on what's actually true and what's not true.
Yeah, but guys, that's allegations. Those are my opinions. That's not actual fact.
In terms of accusations, you know, because if some of the accusations are true, that kind of covers things. You know, when folks vanish.
Yeah, that's what happens. When people have information to be able to testify against these powerful people, they be having some pneumonia deaths.
When someone does abracadabra,
see you later.
Folks vanish.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
chat. That is just crazy, chat. And it's just like the movies. It's very scary to even think of going up against people like that. So Cassie was super brave to actually stand in the stand and talk.
When someone does
shit, there's people going to that courthouse that could be witnesses and they not gonna even bother.
Abracadabra.
See you later.
Folks vanish.
Yeah, yeah, that's effective. That fear is effective, man.
Fear is the only tool they use.
100%.
Aside from manipulation.
Yeah, and it should be. Because, listen, all this shit that's going on right now in the world, in America, we get so soft and we think none of that shit's going to happen here. All that murder, war, drones, assassinations, that's not going to happen here. Unless you know the Clintons.
Yes.
Unless you know some shit.
Yeah.
Unless you know some shit about old Bill. And then you wind up shooting yourself in the chest while hanging from an extension cord.
Wait, did that happen?
Oh, yeah. You don't know that guy?
Oh, my
Shot
God.
himself in the chest. Joe, that seems really hard to do.
With a shotgun.
How do you do such a
thing?
While you're hanging. This is a guy that brought Epstein to the White House at least 7 times.
Oh, my God.
What's his name?
We'll find out. So they found him at a ranch 30 minutes from his house.
And this is why I say that, yo, I'm not going to say nothing because, listen, these guys are dangerous people.
Hanging by an electrical cord from a tree with a shotgun wound to the chest. Shotgun discovered near the body of former Clinton aide Mark Middleton.
Former Clinton aide. This is not like a guy in the Crips or the Bloods. This is a Clinton aide, a fucking ex-president's aide. And he gets found like this?
And then they called it a suicide.
Wow.
12-gauge shotgun was 30 feet from the body of Mark Middleton. Was he found dead?
Okay, so who orchestrates this? Is this the same thing where Does Clinton go, hey, this guy needs to go, or do the powers that be around a powerful person go,
Wow,
we already know what needs to happen?
Scary, Chad. That's conspiracy shit, but that's a level of scary, chat. A level of scary, chat, that nobody wants to live.
Well, I think they know if a dude is in contact with someone or has been talking.
You see what I'm saying? They know everything. And I don't mean like everything. I mean like the people that they give the information to, they're like a robbery. When the guy comes in and takes off the mask, you know too much. These guys, when you know too much, you end up in those type of unalivings.
Or is about to talk.
I mean, cooperating with the feds or something.
I don't think any of those guys have clean phones. I don't think any of those guys don't have their houses bugged. I don't think any of those guys aren't tracked.
Look how excited that guy is in the back.
Yeah.
Who the
If
fuck
you're
is
a guy that brought Jeffrey Epstein to the fucking White House to see Bill Clinton 7 times, and all this Epstein shit is going down, and Ghislaine's in jail, and you have information, there's people on both sides, right? There's the people on the right that are trying to nail the people that are on the left with this. There's people that are journalists that are trying to nail the people that are involved in this.
This is it.
And they've managed to keep that fucking list from coming out, which shows you how powerful.
Yeah, the list never came out. The Epstein list, we're still waiting, guys. TBA, let me know when it's available. What the fuck?
People are. That should show you a lot. That should be the people that.
That's why I think that Diddy is gonna have some kind of weird, funny mistrial, or he's just gonna get like 5 years and do like 3 years and then like probation, like some weird shit, yo. I'm telling you, he's gonna fucking look at Epstein, bro. But that motherfucker was like, they did not like him.
Involved in this.
This is it. Yeah.
And they've managed to keep that fucking list from coming out, which shows you how powerful certain people are. That should show you a lot. That should be terrifying. The fact that Ghislaine Maxwell's in prison, she's in prison for sex trafficking, yet no one's been accused of buying any of that pussy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Show you a lot. That should be terrifying. The fact that Ghislaine Maxwell's in prison, she's in prison for sex trafficking, yet no one's been accused of buying any of that pussy.
She's in jail for S trafficking, and nobody has came forward and said, I was a customer.
No one's been accused of having sex with these underage girls that she is in jail for supplying.
Wow.
Yeah, that is.
It's like a smoke and mirrors. It's like they could just pin anything on you.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
If you own a store and there's no items left, yet nobody's purchased anything, something's going on.
Something's going on.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like,
people.
That's scary, Chad.
People can go away.
I mean, that's what people are saying, and maybe everybody's a conspiracy theorist now, but that's what people are saying about the Diddy situation. Like when the feds rolled up, with the fucking Hummers and shit, they're like, it wasn't about Diddy. It was about if there were tapes of powerful people that.
You see, chat, that's exactly what I feel. That's exactly what it's about. This nigga Diddy got a few people in compromising situations. They don't care about everybody else. They just don't want their shit. They don't listen. Forget about people seeing the video. They don't even want people to know that they were in the house
there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
The fucking Hummers and shit. They're like, it wasn't about Diddy. It was about if there were tapes of powerful people there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
They were the ones that called. They're like, I need to protect myself. So go in there with all the things and rip any tapes or any evidence.
Well, Prince Harry was hanging with Diddy.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
Yo, Diddy is the fucking I don't know how he did it, chat, but he's like one of those guys that when you ever seen when the serial killer gets brought in and everything, and what do everybody always say? He was such a nice guy. He just never came out, He would just come outside, say hi to everybody, and then just go right back in. Like, chat, Diddy was a perfect fucking serial dude. He loved this party. What you think he was gonna do? What do you think, Chad?
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight.
That's why people be like, yo, I left after a certain time. Nah, they tell me leave the Diddy party after 12 o'clock. Leave the Diddy party. Yo, crazy part is that there's a lot of people that weren't invited. Those were the squares that had nothing to offer.
Everybody who tells the stories like, I saw her go upstairs and these dudes are fucking like right on the
Yo, the Kardashians were talking about how everybody was with no clothes.
couch.
Yeah.
And then I go in this room and these guys are fucking. And it's like,
and pros. Like, apparently he was getting.
Method Man allegedly saw Kanye West doing something with a dude in a bathroom.
Male gigolos to fuck girls.
Fuck girls.
Yeah, that was one of the rumors, like the
Male
freak off. So he would
gigolos.
hire the professional dicks to have sex with the girls, and I think he would watch. Allegedly, that's what was alleged. I think. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and that's the other thing. Like, I wonder, like, is that just a power thing?
It's a Caligula
I'm not repeating anything they say.
thing.
What does that mean?
Caligula, like the emperor. Did you ever see that movie, Caligula?
No.
It's about just Roman empires being completely out of control. Caligula is like almost like porn. And it was a movie made, I want to say in the 70s. It's a crazy movie.
Yeah, Chad, if you haven't seen Caligula, it is, I don't know why I watched it, but I watched it. And it's just literally like 2 inches away from porn. But it's stupid. It's like, it's not stupid. It's probably true, you know, but I think it was exaggerated. It was just for the sake of making people be in sexual positions. It was, I don't know. I was a kid when I watched it.
Movie. But it's just detailing extreme excess where you can never fill the hole.
But what is the hole you need to fill? Like, I'm trying to find, like, what's the
just
catalyst?
chaos? What year was this?
See, you see, chat people, yo, know where your energy's going.
79. Yeah. That's Malcolm McDowell, right? Yeah. Yeah, the dude from Clockwork Orange. It's a crazy movie, man.
That's a dope
But it's still mild in comparison to what Absolute have. Absolute power corrupts. Caligula.
Okay, so then there's the question. It's like, can you take a completely normal person, give them power, and then they become that? Or does it take a power-hungry person that has this void that they need to be?
I think it's an egomaniac. And Abraham Lincoln said it best. You want to know the real person? Give them power.
That needs to be filled. And then when they are given that power, you see the worst version of them.
Ask your CIA boy. I bet he's got the answers. I bet he knows the exact formula.
Wow, yo, chat. And that brings us to a screeching end, chat. Thank you so much to everybody who stopped by. I appreciate everybody who tapped into the show. I hope you guys were entertained. Guys, these are just opinions. These are all allegations until somebody goes to court and actually gets prosecuted. For the time being, guys, I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. And if you guys feel the need to drop a donation, all donations will be shouted out on the channel on the next stream. Or if they happen while it's live, I'll shout them out, guys, and drop a comment below and let me know what you guys want me to research. I'll be more than glad to tap in. And tomorrow, in Tune Perspective at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget that Eastern time, I will be on the panel with the dopest, funniest, most informative click. And when I'm talking about that click, I'm talking about no other than my dude B-Rad, my dude Bush, and my dude It's a Wobbler, and of course with me, your loyal servant Chi. We formed the In-Tune Perspective panel, and we will be covering more stuff that I wasn't able to cover today. Tomorrow, we're going to be covering that. We're going to be covering how Whack 100 is arrested, and we're going to talk about how that happened. We are also going to be talking about some more of the loose cannon situation. We're going to be covering a lot more other topics, guys. I want you guys to stop by. That is actually today. That's later on tonight. I'm going to just get a little bit of sleep, walk my dog, and then I'm right back at it with you guys. So, guys, you already see I spent my whole time here on the stream. Support the stream. All donations are appreciated. Anything is a donation is appreciated. Doesn't got to be a big super chat. And since I don't have super chat yet, that's where you drop it at the Cash App, guys. You already know. Love you guys like I raised you. And remember, as a Buddhist, I like to tell people this all the time. Remember what karma is. And karma is whatever you give is what you'll get. So don't be bad to anybody, because you don't know the day that you're going to wish you had somebody there for you, and nobody will be there for you. So, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And we're going to be pumping out content. Go to the Instagram, go to the Twitch, go to the TikTok, and subscribe and follow, guys. And love you guys. Thank you so much. You are the best. Peace. 1000.